I think dads are important just because they're just a really great role model, or my dad at least. He's just like, it's just, they're always there for you, and they're just someone to look up to. And at the same time, I mean, my relationship with my dad is that they're really fun to be around. They're your friends and your family, and that's just sort of a really nice sort of duality that comes together. Yeah.
From fatherless to fatherhood, take one.
I'm learning to be patient, but listening, you know, like in acting, you know, I've honed myself to not just listen to our words, but listen to the body language. You can feel when something's wrong, when you're really connected to somebody, just when they walk in the room, just with the way they sit down, you know. And I think all my assets that make me a decent actor at times makes me a really good parent when I make the time to connect. I know that for the first stages, when your kid is real little, you know, you have in your mind that you're not going to do the same things that your parents did to you growing up, the punishments, the whoopings. You say to yourself, I'm not going to do any of those things. I'm going to raise my kid differently. And, you know, I guess you're always 60-40 or 70-30, depending on the day. Because you lose your temper or you react and you'll start saying things that remind you of what your dad and mom said, and you go, oh, A lot of times I heard this one dad was talking about his kid and how at first he was putting a lot of pressure on his kid. He said something that really stuck with me. He said, you know, as parents, we're trying so hard to gain perfection that we don't appreciate the excellence. You know, and I think that, you know, yeah, you know, I think it means something where when we try so hard to push our kids to be perfect, we kind of miss out on the moments where they're just good. Every time my daughter says says dad in a way where she might need me, or dad in a way where she wants to talk, or dad, I love you. It erases all the stress, it erases all the angst, it erases all the fear. Every time you hear her mention that word, dad, it makes me happy every day. Sure, there are times where she'll win a race or pass a grade or do something, you know, that makes her stand out in some sort of competitive way. But that doesn't last as long. That's a prideful thing that kind of goes away after a while. I guess the best I've ever seen, or the happiest I've ever been, is seeing my daughter like comfort a friend or help someone with direction, or just be helpful to other people. Which I think at the end of the day, all parents might hope their kids are successful because they know that life might be easier, might want their kid to be talented because it kind of makes things simpler, that once you know what your kid is good at, you try to hold on to it. But I think at the end of the day, in our hearts, we just want our kids to be good people. I want my daughter to be a good person at heart, and that's what makes me happy.